Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm just in line right now waiting for my daughter to get out of school, and yeah, so I'm just like, you know what, let me get on here because I have really been wanting to speak about some things, and I've always shut that voice down. I shut it off. I'm like, you know what, that's too much. You're doing too much. You need to just focus on the positive side. And yeah, that's true, because at the end of the day, that's all I want to attract. I'm trying my very best to put out what I want back in return, and so that's why I'm only focusing on the positivity. But sometimes people are faced with some hard stuff, and sometimes we don't know what to do. We feel like our backs are against the wall. We're scared. We're facing anxiety and fear and all these emotions, and you feel like giving up. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have to talk about the things that got me there, but I can talk about the things that helped me get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So today's reminder is, you didn't come here to sit and suffer. Okay? You didn't come here to sit and suffer. So what you need to do is, you need to find a way to get you out. Okay? You need to find a way to save you. You did not come here to sit and suffer and to go through all this hell, all this negativity, just to go ahead and say, well, now it's time for me to go. That's not the purpose. That's not your purpose. You think it is because you tell yourself that same story every single day. Every time you wake up in the morning, every time you don't thank the universe or thank God that you're alive, every time you don't thank God that your family's well, that you have a healthy body, a healthy mind, that you're able to walk, talk, breathe, like all these things you're not being grateful for. So that alone takes you out of, the vortex of being positive, of being happy, of feeling good. Then you're faced with crazy stuff at work. Then you might have problems with your kids. You might have problems with whatever it may be, okay? It just keeps adding up. And as that keeps adding up, you keep going down. You keep feeling like, well, this is what it is. Life is supposed to be about struggle. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be sad. It's supposed to be tough, because that's just the reality of it. And it's not. It's the total opposite, okay? The total opposite. You got to find a way to save yourself. Okay? I have such a traumatic, damaging story. And from what I'm learning, I chose it. And I understand now the reasons behind my story. It is, for one, to open my mouth and to speak it. To tell other people that you can make it through whatever you want to. If you want something to hold you down, if you want something to say, hey, you know what, I can't do this, then you won't do it. If you say, you know what, I can make it through this. This is hard, but I'm going to make it through it. You're going to make it through it. It's all what you decide to do. It's what you fix your mouth to say is what's going to happen. That's the reality of it. If you feel like it's going to work out, yes. If you feel like it's not going to work out, yes. It's the same thing. So I had to really grow up in a crazy, crazy, traumatic, damaging, toxic lifestyle, just so I can be this person who's bold enough, who's brave enough to tell her story. I feel like that's my purpose, is to help someone else who is facing a lot of hardship, toxic, heavy, negative energy constantly. People have issues, right? Like, we all have issues. We've all had situations where we had to find a way to solve the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn about it in math. Like, every formula, every equation has a solution, right? It's the same thing with your life. You can find a solution. You just got to figure out how to save yourself. You just have to figure out how to get yourself out of the situation. If you look back into your life and you say, oh, you know what? I did go through that. I did have this problem and I'm no longer in it. What does that tell you? That tells you that you solved your problem. And so now you're still alive. You're still kicking it. You're still doing your thing. It's the same thing. At the end of the day, you just have to ask. That's what I did. And I asked God to send me ideas to help change my life, to put me in a position to where I truly desire to be, okay? And I went with the energy of love. I went with the energy of peace, positivity, because I've had many talks. And I've heard nothing. And it was because I was not open to receiving. It was because I was coming with fear, anxiety. I was crying. I was asking, why me? What am I going to do? I was having all these bad negative emotions because of what I was attracting. So I will only go and ask when something bad was happening in my life. You know what I'm saying? I never just went in a peaceful, positive emotion where I'm just sitting there thanking the universe, thanking God for all the good things in my life. Really just showing gratitude. And then connecting with the people on the other side, connecting with my guides, my angels, whatever you want to call them, connecting with other loved ones. Like, what I just learned is that there's people that you've lost that were very special here, and they have not left you. So you can go to them as well. You can talk to them. You can connect with them and reach out to them to get information to help you here as well. You know what I'm saying? And so I tapped in. I talked to my father. My father was my biggest supporter. He loved me unconditionally. He was the one that protected me. He was the one that made me feel safe. He protected me from my own mother. Like, that's why I'm not getting deep into my story. Not just yet. I feel like I don't know when I'm going to actually sit here and tell y'all some things, because I don't want it to be just me just dumping stuff on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want you guys to understand. I've had and I'm having situations where it's very, very toxic. And now it's becoming toxic on my child. So now I have to be a woman enough. I have to be brave enough to say no. I have to stop telling myself the same story, and I have to tell myself a new one. And this new story is based off of what I want it to be. Okay? But I had my father have to protect me against my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she was messing with me or trying to damage me really, really heavily, I would call him and he would shut that shit down. Period. Okay? And she was like, oh, I'm gonna leave you alone. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't a violent person. He never like touched my mom. It wasn't like that. He told her, that's my child. Leave her alone. You know what I'm saying? And he meant what he said. And when he passed, I had nobody to protect me. So I had to become the woman that protected herself. I had to find a way to save me. And, you know, I didn't at first. I ended up still wanting and desiring this woman's love. I still wanted to prove myself worthy of her love. But I didn't realize until now, like maybe the last couple of years, that she didn't love me, or she doesn't love me, or pretty much any of her children, is because she doesn't love herself. And so I'm wanting something from somebody who doesn't even know how to give it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was talking about for yesterday of just kind of putting your energy into something or someone that's dead. There's no reason for you to try to pull something out of someone that... There's no reason for you to try to pull something out of someone that just doesn't have it. They have to build that up for themselves. And that has to be her story. I don't want to be a part of her story anymore. I want to build up a new story for me. I want to be something that I want to be in my own story. I want to be my own main character. I did not come here to sit and suffer. I did not come here to be living in fear. I came here to live the life that I want to live. And I have to create that for myself. It's just not going to pop out of the sky. You know what I'm saying? So overall, guys, just understand, life can be very challenging, but you do not have to accept everything that comes into your life. Some things you can say no. Set your boundaries. You do not come here to sit and suffer. You do not come here to live the life you do not want to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can change that. You just have to believe that you can change it. Period. Love yourself. Don't be trying to get love and affection from people or whatever, you know. Don't be trying to get that from other people who don't even love themselves. Stop. Take a moment and really look at that person and see how they treat themselves. See how they love themselves. And if it's not the way that feels natural and feels warming and open, then why do you even want it in the first place? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they have to work on themselves. They have to figure out why they don't love themselves. That's not your problem. You're taking on other people's problems that you don't need to be. We all have been faced with something somewhere down the line, and you still made it through. You forget. You forgot some things that you prayed for, some things that you were asking to help get you out of. You're out of it, but you forgot. And so you need to remember those moments. Those are the moments that's going to help you with whatever you're faced with now. You made it through it then, you can make it through it now. Period. Okay? That's all I really have to say, guys. I love you guys so much. I want to thank everyone that is on my channel. I don't care how many subscribers that I have. I just want us to build our happiness. I want us to save ourselves. I want us to get ourselves out of a situation and really go after what it is we want, knowing that we're worthy enough for it. That's all I want. I love you guys again. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will definitely be on here tomorrow with another reminder of the day, and I will see you guys then. Peace.